Me, I learn now when I see videos on YouTube that starts with gros clash entre le docteur whatever, and I don't even look at the video. I'm not interested just because of the title. I don't
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
I'm not like. I understand that those. I'm not gonna learn nothing from those people who are showing off, both of them, because most of the time those people that you see almost insulting each other on TV, after they are in the restaurant together, I met them sometimes. Sometimes I meet people who you think they hate each other. So when you go to the right places, you might meet those people chilling, drinking together, talking, being there, being the best friends. And but you are here being two groups who are hating each other because you both love these people. So first of all, I don't love nobody as if they were gods other than my mom and my dad and my children and myself, of course, in the mirror. But I don't, like, I'm not gonna, like, it comes to a point where if you want to take back control over your emotions and how social media changed the world is a revolution, but at the same time has destroyed a lot of the fabric of our societies. And you will see that in the people who are off social media are people that you can talk to about anything. And you will not have people trying to cancel everything, trying to be pissed at something all the time, etc., because they are able to receive an opinion that is opposite to their opinion and stay calm and say, okay, yeah, explain to me why you think that, and then have a back and forth. Like when you and I have conversations about things we disagree on, the goal is not to be right. The goal is to listen to your opinion and then giving you mine and then listening to yours and then ping-ponging until both of us come out of the conversation with feeling enrichi, feeling
Yeah, yeah.
good,
But
like
but
we exchange knowledge, and usually we don't end a conversation saying yeah you're right or you're wrong or whatever. We just end a subject by going to the next subject, and most people, they don't want to do that. Like wait, look at look, if you look at the comments on YouTube sometimes on some subjects, you're like, yo, like, imagine that you you're a black person and there's some other black kids that are burning a car, and you just say, well, great job burning your own neighborhood. Like you are the one who's gonna live there, so it's kind of sad. You just say that this is your opinion, then you're gonna have the rest of, you're a fake black guy, traitor, you don't even understand, how can you talk, fuck you, go back to doing zoom. And people don't even want to accept criticism for anything anymore.
no,
And
no, no.
this
Of
is a
course,
lack of, it's really a lack
intelligence.
of intelligence, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the stupidity became the norm, and you know, it, I'll take again a word from Joe Dispenza. I'm going to paraphrase, but in the word of information, being ignorant is a choice, especially now, man. Especially now, you have no right, no. I mean, you not right. You have the right to do whatever you want to do, but you have
Yeah.
no excuses to be ignorant. And as you said very well, when you
Yeah.
see a title, you see something, you see a headline, stop reacting, read through it, and if you don't have the time, then don't talk on it because you're going to come as an ignorant talking on a subject that you have no knowledge upon. And it's like, and the same goes for how you look at yourself. And it's
Yeah.
like, and that's where it's important when you go through certain emotions. Are you really honest enough with yourself to acknowledge that this is what you're going through? For example, last year I have not, besides the COVID, I had a moment I went through depression. I did not, and as a matter of fact, I've dealt with depression for a long amount of time, but because I've put together a series of things in in a certain sequence, allowing me to always find where to cool, like um,
Mm-hmm.
some ways to keep myself afloat.
Yeah.
And until the day I really, and because of course I didn't necessarily have the money to go to see a therapist, and even when I had it, I didn't really care about seeing a therapist because I understood one thing: it's like nobody's gonna tell me better than me how my mind needs to be functioning and how I need to make it work. So what I did, I dived deep into all these knowledges, reading about the mind, understanding, talking to people who are really about this kind of conversations. You and I, we spoke at length about these matters, etc., and many other conversations. It's like, okay, when you acknowledge what you went through, when you acknowledge what is the cause, the root of your despair, the root of whatever you're going through. Therefore, you're not going to bring your negativity in people's life because you've learned to deal with your shit. And that's why a lot of people come. And as you said, this whole gaslighting, this whole like canceling culture, it's a bunch of fuckers who have not understood that they are just part of a matrix that is actually feeding. It's a monster feeding from the shit they're pouring, and it loves it. And the more negativity you bring, the more they're gonna serve it.
And the more money they make.
Man, tu as tout dit. Et puis c'est ça la bêtise des gens. C'est-à-dire on vous dit, and you see people fighting online, and you say, yo, just like these fights that you see between, and by saying that, fights that you see between the fans of like Ferregola or Fali Pupa. Like, dude, those guys are too serious. Why the fuck do you guys want to go and fight about like this, that, and the other? Or back in the days, remember there was Jibem Piana and Kofi Olomide. Or this, like, really, bro?
It's fandoms. All Cardi B fans versus Nicki Minaj fans. Like,
straight up.
To me, I'm like, those are both queens. What's wrong with you guys? But people, is it because we are in societies that didn't experience war, that the true human nature that is to be belligerent comes out in different forms because people cannot kill each other anymore? It's not seen well. That, yeah,